Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, thanks for joining us. And to my returning subscribers, thanks for your continued support. Today we delve into the life of a man named Obed, son of Ruth and Boaz. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on our fascinating historical tales. Let's dive right in. Obed, a name that echoes through the annals of history, forever entwined with the captivating narratives of the Bible. Obed, the son of Ruth and Boaz, holds a significant place in the tapestry of faith and lineage. But who exactly was Obed? What impact did he have on the course of history? And what can his story teach us about faith, family, and legacy? Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries surrounding Obed, the enigmatic son of Ruth and Boaz. Let's start with the basics. Who were his parents and how did he come into being? According to the book of Ruth, Naomi's daughter-in-law, Ruth, a Moabite woman who exemplified unwavering loyalty and devotion to her mother-in-law, found love and companionship with Boaz, a wealthy landowner from Bethlehem. Their bond led to marriage and eventually the birth of Obed. But this union was not merely a product of love. It was also rooted in an ancient custom known as Levirate marriage. This custom held deep significance in the cultural context of the time, carrying with it both social and religious implications. The concept of Levirate marriage was deeply ingrained in the societal norms of ancient Israel. Its purpose was not only to preserve the family line, but also to protect the rights of inheritance for close relatives. When a man died, his brother or closest male relative was obligated to marry the widow of the deceased to ensure the continuation of his family's bloodline. This practice served as a safeguard, preventing the dead man's property from being dispersed through other heirs. In the case of Boaz and Ruth, it was an act of kindness and responsibility. As a near relative of the deceased, Boaz was approached by Naomi, who, having lost her husband, sought his assistance in securing a future for herself and her daughter-in-law, Ruth. The potential for offspring was paramount as it directly affected their right to inherit property. By marrying Ruth, Boaz fulfilled his duty as a kinsman redeemer, taking on the responsibility to look after Naomi and her daughter-in-law and the potential descendants they would have together. But let's move beyond the mechanics of Levirate marriage and explore the heart of the story, the birth of Obed. His arrival brought immeasurable joy to Naomi, transforming her sorrow into unbridled happiness. In the biblical narrative, Naomi's transformation from despair to jubilation serves as a powerful testament to the profound impact Obed had on her life. Initially, Naomi's journey was marked by tragedy. She had endured the loss of her husband and sons, leaving her with a deep sense of grief and discouragement. However, with the birth of Obed, everything changed. In that moment, she saw not only a child, but a symbol of hope, a new beginning, and a reminder of God's presence in her life. The birth of Obed marked a pivotal point in Naomi's story, symbolizing a shift from sorrow to joy, from despair to hope. It was as if God himself had heard her lamentations and answered her prayers by blessing her with a grandchild. This profound transformation in her emotional state underscores the significance of Obed's arrival, not just as a child, but as a catalyst for renewal and spiritual awakening in Naomi's life. The story of Obed, however, transcends the personal. It has far-reaching implications for Israelite history. You see, Obed grew up to father Jesse, who would later father the renowned King David. This lineage connects him directly to one of the most iconic figures in the Bible, King David. Known for his bravery, leadership, and musical talents, was not only a conqueror of enemies, but also a man after God's own heart. Through Obed's paternal line, the Judean kingship remained intact, leading to the eventual rise of David. This continuity ensured the fulfillment of God's promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, extending the Messianic line and preserving the covenant. But the importance of Obed's lineage doesn't end with King David. He is also listed in the genealogies of Jesus, in both the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. This inclusion places him squarely within the line of the Messiah. For Christians, this connection carries profound theological significance. The inclusion of Obed in the genealogy of Jesus underscores the universality of God's plan of salvation. It demonstrates that God's promises and covenants are not limited to a particular group or lineage, but extend to all people. Through Obed's maternal line, Jesus' ancestry is linked to Ruth, a Moabite woman who who is not of the tribe of Israel. This challenges any notion of exclusivity and affirms that God's grace and blessings are available to all who believe, regardless of their background or ethnicity. Obed's place in the genealogy of Jesus serves as a powerful reminder of the inclusivity and universality of God's love and mercy. Now let's talk about where he was born. Obed was born in Bethlehem, a town nestled in the land of Judah. Bethlehem, with its rolling hills and ancient roots, holds a special place in history. It was here that King David was born, making Obed's birthplace a significant site in the biblical narrative. The fact that both David and Obed were born in Bethlehem emphasizes the continuity of God's presence and purpose in that location. It suggests that Bethlehem was not merely a random place of birth, but a site chosen by God to nurture and prepare individuals who would play pivotal roles in his plan. What we know about Obed is that he sired Jesse, but his life remains shrouded in mystery. Perhaps there were more children in his family, but records haven't preserved their names. We don't know much about his personality, his accomplishments, or the challenges he faced. Yet even in the silence of history, we can glean insights from the ripple effects of his life. By fathering Jesse, Obed ensured the continuation of David's family line. This act alone had profound implications for the future of Israel. Jesse in turn would father David, who would go on to become one of the most celebrated figures in the Old Testament. Through this lineage, the Judean monarchy was preserved, and David's descendants would reign for generations. It was through Obed's paternal contribution that the Messianic line remained unbroken, ultimately leading to the birth of Jesus Christ. His birth was a pivotal moment, a ray of hope in the midst of darkness for Naomi. Initially, her journey was marked by profound sorrow and discouragement. The loss of her husband and sons had cast a long shadow over her life, leaving her with a deep sense of grief and despair. However, the arrival of Obed brought about a transformative change in her emotional landscape. In an instant, her heart went from being heavy with sorrow to overflowing with joy and gratitude. It was as if a weight that had been pressing down on her soul suddenly lifted, replaced by the radiant happiness that comes from witnessing the birth of new life. This profound shift in her emotions was not merely a personal experience. It carried symbolic significance, representing a larger narrative of hope and restoration. For Naomi, the birth of Obed symbolized a turning point in her story, a departure from the tragedies that had befallen her and an embrace of the promise of a brighter future. In a world often filled with uncertainty and despair, Obed's birth stands as a beacon, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, hope can blossom and new beginnings are possible. His very existence was a testament to the power of faith and the unwavering belief in God's plan, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. Obed's story offers valuable lessons for our lives today. Firstly, it teaches us about perseverance and hope. Like Naomi, we all face times of sorrow and despair. But just as she held on to faith, so should we. Obed's birth brought joy to Naomi's life, symbolizing that even in the darkest moments, hope can endure. Secondly, Obed's story highlights the importance of family and community. The support and care provided by Boaz and the community played a vital role in ensuring Naomi's well-being. It reminds us of the significance of cherishing and supporting our loved ones, especially in times of need. Finally, Obed's lineage reminds us of God's faithfulness and his ability to restore and provide for his people. Despite the hardships Naomi endured, God remained faithful, blessing her abundantly through Obed's birth. It encourages us to trust in God's promises and believe in his power to transform our circumstances. As we conclude our journey into the life of Obed, we are left with a sense of wonder and admiration. A man whose name echoes through the ages, forever linked to the stories of Ruth and Boaz. His life, though shrouded in mystery, had a profound impact on the course of history. From his humble birth in Bethlehem to his role in the lineage of King David and Jesus Christ, Obed's story is a tapestry woven with threads of faith, perseverance, and divine providence. As we reflect on his legacy, may we be inspired by the enduring power of hope, the importance of community, and above all, the unwavering faithfulness of God. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Together, let's continue exploring the rich tapestry of history and uncovering the stories that have shaped our world. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.